Hello, my name is Gary Gallant. In this video, I'll be discussing some of the main ideas and implementation strategies presented in my literature review paper entitled Collaborative Learning Approaches and the Integration of Collaborative Learning Tools. The format of the paper includes an introduction, a detailed review of literature related to this topic, and an overview of applications or tools used to support collaborative learning. It closes with a brief list of privacy, copyright, accessibility, and access concerns, and resources, followed by some concluding remarks and a list of references. So, with a focus on online learning, we will, as the title suggests, define and examine collaborative approaches for learning and look at particular collaborative learning tools. We will start by connecting online learning to educational theory. Then, we will define and examine specific collaborative learning approaches, namely the OCL and COI models. Then, we will spend some time looking at how we can use technology to support collaborative learning approaches with an overview of one particular tool, Google Apps for Education. We should all agree that instructional design for online learning should be based on educational theory. With respect to behavioral theory, Hoek-Bozic et al. State in A Blended Learning Approach to Course Design and Implementation that, even online, students require approval and support, which should be provided as soon as possible. In A Design Framework for Online Learning Environments, Mishra goes on to suggest the use of embedded self-assessment questions as interactive activities in the learning materials as one example of online approach for incorporating behavioral theory. With respect to cognitivism theory, Linda Harrison says in her book Learning Theory and Online Technologies that learning is easier if new subject matter is compared to existing knowledge. So, any online learning design would also need to achieve this. Fernando and Malikar, in their work Constructivist Teaching and Learning Theory and Participatory Teaching Methods, advocate a participatory approach in which students actively participate in the learning process, where knowledge is not passively received but actively built up. Again, you can see that online learning design should incorporate constructivist theory. In fact, a collaborative approach can be used to enhance activities related to each of the above learning theories. When describing collaborative learning, in their article, Collaborative Learning, a Source Book for Higher Education, Smith and McGregor state that collaborative learning produces intellectual synergy of many minds coming to bear on a problem. There is mutual engagement in a common endeavor. They propose that this often leads to better understanding on the part of students. Two particular collaborative learning approaches we will address are Harrison's Online Collaborative Learning, or OCL model, and Garrison, Anderson, and Archer's work on Community of Inquiry, or COI model. The OCL model, Harrison says in her book Learning Theory and Online Technologies that OCL theory provides a model of learning in which students are encouraged and supported to work together to create knowledge. Three key phases for constructing knowledge in OCL include idea generating, idea organizing, and intellectual convergence. Any design of online learning should have students participating in these types of collaborative activities, where they should brainstorm, organize, and create a synthesized product to demonstrate their new collective understanding. The Community of Inquiry, or COI model, as described by Garrison, Anderson, and Archer in Critical Inquiry in a Text-Based Environment, Computer Conferencing in Higher Education, contends that learning occurs within the community through the interaction of three core elements: cognitive presence, social presence, and teaching presence. Generally speaking, in her article Designing a Community of Inquiry in Online Courses, Holly Fiach suggests that cognitive presence might include having students self-select topics and share resources. Social presence can be established through creation of collaborative projects, small group discussions, and by establishing group cohesion early on. Teacher presence can be produced by scaffolding course structure, creating mini-lectures, facilitating discourse, embedding personal insight, and providing detailed feedback to the learner as the content expert. There are many collaborative learning applications or tools that enable the idea generating, idea organizing, and intellectual convergence of the OCL model, and also promote and support the cognitive presence, social presence, and teaching presence required in the COI model. One such tool is Google Apps for Education, also referred to as G Suite. Let's take a look at 8 particular Google Apps that can be used to support a rapid transition to a collaborative online learning environment. We'll start with Google Classroom. This would be the main online classroom space where information is shared with students. It's a paperless solution for posting material such as announcements, forms, surveys, lecture videos, course content, and collaborative activities. This allows assignment creation and the ability to give descriptive feedback directly on the submitted work, including a grade. And it allows easy file sharing, collaboration, and communication between teachers and students. You can see here that you can easily, just by clicking the plus sign, create your brand new Google Classroom. And on the bottom left-hand of the screen, you can see that students can be instructed to join the class using provided class code. Also, under the Classwork tab, teachers can create topics or units. This is where assignments or other materials can also be created or posted. With Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides, students and teachers can collaborate synchronously and asynchronously on documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. Google Sites. Teachers or students can create websites to share ideas and content. With Google Hangouts or Google Meet, students and teachers can use these teleconferencing apps to have live synchronous sessions where they can collaborate, engage in discussions, or conduct debates. You'll notice that there's a great accessibility tool here with closed captioning available. With Google Forms, teachers can create forms, quizzes, or surveys, which can be shared on Google Classroom. Google Forms automatically collect, compile, and analyze and send results to the teacher. You can see here that there are many different types of questions that you can use on your Google Forms. Gmail. This is a secure email account that can be created for all students and teachers. Yet another collaboration tool for teachers and students, enabling secure communication from any online device. Note that collaboration often begins with documents shared via Gmail. The Google Drive. This is the place where students and teachers have access to a large storage capacity where they can organize assignments, documents, or class curriculum securely and access them from any device. All content stored here is easily shareable. And finally, Google Jamboard. This is an interactive smartboard where teachers and groups of students can collaborate on a virtual whiteboard to create sketches or brainstorm ideas. Before closing, I've included some resources related to privacy and copyright, which you may wish to pause and consider. Of note, Google has many products and features for designers and users to support digital accessibility, available for free through the posted website. In conclusion, collaborative learning approaches such as OCL and COI are advantageous for students' cognitive development. There are many online platforms, including Google Apps for Education, which can be used to build and enhance courses in support of the OCL and COI models. Google Apps for Education is an extensive, cost-effective, and easily accessible collaborative learning tool for any educator interested in transitioning immediately to an online learning environment. Well, that's all, folks. Thank you so much for listening.